today is day 11 of hashtag Vita, and to be honest, I am still highly enjoying this. I've come to find out that what I enjoy the most doing with this is vlogging and discussion. So vlog and then discussion in my videos, because I feel like that kind of minimizes some of it, and sometimes I don't really have that interesting of a day. It's the same thing every day usually, but today was actually a little bit more interesting. So the premise of today's video is going to be yourself, do what's best for you, and fake it to make it, which has become very big in my life. Fake it to make it it's done wonders for me, but I'll get more to that in discussion. So for vlogging, so today, as I said, is day 11 of hashtag Vita, vlog every day for August. I like saying that, it's fun to say. So today I actually got to do something new. Usually my days are pretty much the same, day to day, same old thing. I work the same job, I do the same stuff that I've been doing for the past 2 years now. But today, I know I keep saying that, I got to work with a laser etcher. Now I should probably start from the beginning. So when we have new guys come out here, we have what's called a hail and a farewell. Obviously hailing, you're welcoming the new people, like, hey, welcome to the island. This is where you're going to be working for the next couple of years or more, depending on how long you're here for. But welcome, and get used to knowing these guys because you're going to be with them for a while. And then we say farewell to those who are leaving, which I actually really love the concept of this, because new people are constantly coming in and people are constantly leaving. That's just how the military is. People come to a new base and people leave a base. So you get used to working with guys that they've been at it for a while, and then suddenly you're saying goodbye and you're hoping for the best for all of you. So usually, as per custom, when somebody leaves, we like to let them leave with a parting gift. So just something to say, thanks for what you did, thanks for all the hard work you've put in for the past few years, and we wish you luck, and we hope you have a great time, wherever you're going on, and just finding your way. So keep doing what you're doing, and thanks for everything you've done. So I actually got to play a part in this one, kinda sorta. It didn't entirely work out, but I'll get to that. So I got to try to use a laser etching machine, which I have never in my life done before. We tried doing it on wood, but the problem with wood when you're using a laser etching machine is it has to have a coat to be burnt away. It's really, really hard to etch onto a piece of wood if there's nothing to etch away at, because otherwise you have to turn up the intensity of the laser, or you have to slow down the speed, whichever one that is better. But either way, it just starts to burn at the wood instead of actually etching onto it. So what you're supposed to do is have stained wood, like stained and polished and shined. That way when you etch onto it, it's actually etching away at like a top coat, so that it actually looks more pristine and really nice. So we didn't have that. So the wood didn't work out at all. It wouldn't actually etch to where you could actually legibly see anything on the plaque. So that didn't work out. Here's the fun thing. The next one was trying to do it on plexiglass, or as I had to research, because I was trying to figure out how the machine would work. So I was looking up what it was, and on the table of contents you have like different materials that you can use, and it talks to you about like what the best methods for engraving are on that particular type of material. And I was trying to figure out what plexiglass would fall under, so I researched it and I found out that plexiglass is actually PMMA, polymethyl methacrylate. Yeah, acrylate. I don't know, that's fun to say. Polymethyl methacrylate. So anyway, it's a type of acrylic. I never knew this before, but it is actually highly combustible. Thankfully, I did not have that problem today. It did not catch on fire because it is tame when it's being engraved and when it's in a sheet of plexiglass, so it's not as bad. But it can be if in the right conditions. That didn't happen to me today. Thank you. Oh, thank the universe. So that actually worked. The only thing is, when you do it on plexiglass, you have to know you're supposed to do reverse image onto the plexiglass so that you look at it from the other side. So instead of engraving on the top and being like, oh, it's so cool, no, you have to flip the image so that it's backwards and then engraved onto it, and then you flip the plexiglass over when it's done, and that's the finished product. I had no idea about that because I've never done it before. The more you know. So I got to learn that today, and it was actually a lot of fun. I've never gotten to mess with an engraver before. Or I can only imagine the fun I'd get to have if I could work with a 3D printer one day. So that was a lot of fun. That's about all that happened today, other than that took me 12 hours. It takes almost 30 minutes per print on an engraver, at least the speed we were doing it at and the power we were doing it at. And each one we had to do it like 3 times over. So the wood we had to do it a few times over, and we found out it's not going to work. And then we did the plexiglass, and you have to do that. The thing with plexiglass is it's really odd. The first time you etch it, it is really faded, like you could barely see it. The second time you do it, it looks like it's starting to burn the plexiglass because it like starts to turn black. And then the third time I did it, it made it look more frosted. I don't know, it's really weird. Like it goes from can't really see it to it's like black and it looks like it's starting to burn the plexiglass to it's frosted. Cool, it looks like it's been left on a snowy winter's night over Christmas for the entire month of December. Yay! But yeah, so it was really cool. But honestly, that's about all that really happened today, so I'm gonna move on from that. But I love engravers, they're so much fun. I can't wait to learn how to use this thing. I really hope I get to do it again, because it would be really nice to become the guy who knows how to do that, so that I can help with making these kinds of things for people who are leaving later on, since I'm here for another couple of years anyway. So now, on to today's discussion. So on my live stream the other day, somebody was talking to me, and you know, this is highly abnormal. Usually people don't come in and directly ask for advice. As much as I'm open to giving advice and answering questions and stuff, usually people don't ask for advice. But this girl came in, and she seemed a little bit upset about something, as much as I could tell from from text. But she straight up was like, am I able to ask for advice? Like, can I ask you for some advice? And I was like, well, I mean, by all means, nobody's ever done that before. But yeah, ask away, ask anything. I'm an open book. I'm happy to help with anything I possibly can help with. And the first thing that came out of her mouth was she started to explain how at school she was having some troubles with having cut her hair short. She cut it really short, and people were saying it was boyish, and that it was like weird. Things that make absolutely no sense to anybody with a functioning brain. And then after that, another person was also saying, this is a question I get a lot, which a lot of live streamers do. Should I start live streaming? I really want to do it, but should I? And both of those tie into the same thing. Be yourself. If you want short hair, cut your hair short. It doesn't matter. Stop caring what other people think. That is one thing I will say will make you a much happier person, is to stop caring what public opinion is, what other people are going to say to you, what other people are going to think behind your back. You have to block it out. It really doesn't matter what other people think, because at the end of the day, they don't have to live your life. You do. And I know that's cliche, because I'm not the first person to say this, but for me, sometimes it takes the right person saying it, and them saying it the right way, for me to finally get it. Just like in school, sometimes when I was in school, I didn't understand a concept until the right teacher said it with the right words at the right time when I was just ready to understand it. It's all about timing and the way you say it and the way you learn it. It comes down to that. So be yourself. Be you. Don't act any other way just so that other people won't say things behind your back, so they won't judge you. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter what they say. Blah. And then do what's best for you. If cutting your hair makes you feel better about yourself, then it makes you more confident. And if you're more confident, I'd say that's a much better thing for you. That's what I did. When I go to work now, I put my hair up in the morning. Like, I don't really do a bunch to my hair or anything. It takes me like 2 minutes. But like, I started doing like a comb over in the front where I push it up and over. That made me feel more confident. Why? I don't know. Maybe it was just because it was a change of scenery. Maybe it's just something new and it made me feel better to be able to do something new. Wearing new clothes, wearing new shoes, stuff like that can make people feel more confident. And if that's what it takes for you to be happier being you and to become a better person, then do it. Don't care what anybody else is going to say or what they're going to do. That goes for other stuff as well, not just confidence-based things, but making a choice that's going to affect your life. Don't let somebody else influence that decision. Only think of your future. Now, granted, there are times when you need to take into account what your decision is going to do to people around you. But I'm going to set this down. I don't want a repeat of tomorrow where I have to start and edit a video together just because I decided to accidentally pause it. Just do you. That's really the main thing behind that is, if you need to do something, you need to do it for you, and that's fine. I do it all the time. I think about things all the time in a manner where it's like, is this going to be good for me? Is this going to make me a better person? Is it going to make me happy with who I'm going to be tomorrow? I always am trying to better myself and self-improve, because the more I improve, the more confident I feel and the happier I feel with the person I am. And I hope that I'm not the only person that thinks like that. I know I'm not the only person that thinks like that. And the next thing is fake it to make it. Oh, just give me one moment, I need water. So, faking it to make it. I always believed in living for tomorrow. That was a common thought in my mind. That used to be one of my biggest philosophies. I don't believe in the possibility of impossible. Or, I don't believe in the possibility of impossibility. That's a story for another time. And I know a lot of people try to counteract that and they say, oh, blah, 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 and they come up with some crazy mundane thing to say, ha! So, some things really are impossible. But that's for another time. If you want me to explain it in another video, I'd be happy to. But I always believed in building a better tomorrow. I've never really been huge into living for today, as many people say to do. I just never really rang with me. I like enjoying today, but when I'm living for today, I'm also trying to do things that are going to make tomorrow better. And when I say tomorrow, I don't mean literally just tomorrow, I mean the future. So, studying today so that I understand something a week from today, so that I can feel more knowledgeable and be able to help other people on something later on in life. That's what I mean by living for tomorrow. And most people prefer instead to think in the live for today because you might not have tomorrow. And that's fine, but I would prefer to do a mix of the two. Live a little bit today, but still live for tomorrow so that tomorrow is a better day, and so on and so forth. That's the way I always did. I was never really worried about death. I'm still not worried about death. Death just doesn't scare me. It never has. So if I don't have tomorrow, oh well, but at least I know that tomorrow would have been a better day if it had existed. So, that aside, I think this video has gotten to be a bit long anyway, as I'm trying to at least do 10 to 15 minutes per video. But if you ever need somebody to talk to, or if you ever need to, or if you ever want advice on something, just leave a comment. I'd be happy to talk about different subjects. In fact, I love researching different topics and trying to help people through different problems. But yeah, so I hope you liked this video. And if you did, just let me know, and I'm going to be continuing doing this because I'm really enjoying doing vlogs and discussions. Because if you are only here for a vlog, then stay for the vlog. If you're only here for the conversation, well, I guess you can stay for both or you can skip ahead, so. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will talk to y'all again tomorrow on day 12. Bye!